Quick debates and secret screen tests how Robert Pattinson became Batman. 2 weeks ago, a black jacket-clad Robert Pattinson faced flashbulbs and reporters at the Cannes Film Festival premiere of his period drama, The Lighthouse. When one guessed in reality, Pattinson was not the Caped Crusader just yet. Hours after that test was officially passed Friday, when Warner Brothers announced that Pattinson had. The decision was quick, says one Warner's insider. Quicker than normal. This, of course, eliminated Ben Affleck, as through back in July 2017. Affleck and Warner. Reeves is said to have considered Pattinson, 33, early on in the process, says one source, even though no outreach was made. Reeves didn't, but that fact actually made him more attractive to Reeves and the executive team at Warner Brothers. Specifically, Nicholas Hoult, 29, who became Pattinson's chief rival later in the process, had been appearing as Hank McCoy, aka the Beast, in the X-Men movies. But Warner's execs. Reeves is said to have spent hours poring over the two actors' work and met with them in April. Pattinson has the two actors in short order became the only contenders, and during the week of May 20th, when Pattinson flew in from Cannes, both shot screen tests in costume on the Burbank lot. Each had a Pattinson and Hoult put on a suit from a previous Batman movie, as has become customary in the Bat test process. Christian Bale. Reeves wanted very specific things, says one insider. He knew what he was. Reeves and Warner's execs took the week after Memorial Day to deliberate their choices, and by Thursday night, made the calls to the actors. The Batman who would. Pattinson now moves on to the next stage, getting fitted for his own Batsuit, and training for a shoot that will likely take place in early 2020.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up in the park,